Now, welcome to another Mandalorian review, where this time it is the 8th episode of Season 2, also known as Chapter 16, The Rescue, where nothing of any significance happens, unfortunately.
Liar.
Or maybe it does.
I have more notes on this than the other ones, so...
Alright, well, let's get to the recap.
Alright, I'm going to try and buzz on through because there's a lot to go over. We open with Slave 1 chasing an Imperial transport.
A shuttle.
Yeah.
I'm to class.
Okay, you're making this take longer by being way too specific.
Okay.
Boba hits them with an ionic charge to disable them, and it's time for boarding. But surprise, surprise, it's Mando! One of the pilots holds Dr. Pershing hostage, saying...
AKA Dr. Donut?
Yes, Dr. Donut. Saying he is a cloner and a high-value target to the New Republic. So he's important and stuff. Aha, you don't want to accidentally shoot me.
Might see him in Season 3.
No, yeah, probably. And then he decides he's going to taunt Cara Dune, saying that he saw Alderaan destroyed. He served on the Death Star. And he gets her so mad she shoots him in the face, missing Dr. Donut. There was a lot of face shooting in this show.
According to you, yes.
Yes. The group then travels in Slave 1 to meet up with Bo-Katan and Casca. No idea where Axe is at the moment.
Yeah. Axel Wolves,
he's
or whatever
busy.
his name is, yeah.
He's busy.
He's chasing wolves. Something.
No, he's doing other Mandalorian stuff.
Oh. Mandalorians can chase wolves.
Mando tells Bo-Katan that Moff Gideon has the child, and Bo goes, oh, well, you'll never find him.
Because I couldn't.
Boba and Casca decide to talk some smack to each other, and then Mando tells Bo that he happens to have the coordinates to find the cruiser. He knows where the cruiser is. She is kind of excited, because she wants Gideon, but she hasn't told them why at all. She's just like, haha, so, sounds good. Bo talks more trash to Boba Fett, making fun of him for being a clone.
I've seen your, or heard your voice 1,000 times.
Oh, maybe this time will be the last. There you go. So he and Casca have a fight, but it's kind of a draw, and Bo stops them. Bo says that she will help if she can have Gideon's ship to help liberate Mandalore or take over Mandalore or something. I don't know if there's still troops guarding it, but she wants more ships, I guess.
Sure. You can never have too many ships.
And that he has a weapon that she wants and says that she will kill them off and take it. And Mando's like, you can have whatever you want. I'm there for the kid. Yeah. They start planning out this infiltration, and Pershing tells them very, nicely. He's like, I'm all about helping you guys. He tells them about the squad of dark troopers, where they're located on the ship, how many minutes it takes for them to power up, and where Grogu is.
Very convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly doctor. Dr. Donut.
Cara, Fennec, Bo-Katan, and Casca are going to be Lady Squad, and they're going to serve as the distraction so that Mando can sneakily infiltrate the ship to get to the child. They also give Mando Pershing's code cylinder so that he can seal off the troopers before they get activated and come out onto the ship.
Great idea. What could go wrong?
Bo stresses the importance that Moff Gideon surrenders to her. Other than that, she does not care what happens to them because Cara Dune wants him alive. He's a money-making target, I guess?
Well, yeah. Well, she wants him to turn him into but Mando wants him to make the money, I guess.
Yeah. They exit hyperspace with Slave 1 attacking the shuttle as a ruse to get to dock, and then Gideon's like, well, let's just launch some ties. And they're like, hey, hold your horses out there. We're going to launch some ties, so they're going to be coming out the tube. You can't come in. And she's like, nope, I'm under attack. I'm going into the tube anyway. And then so she docks. Boba kills off one of the ties and then takes off into hyperspace.
2 of the ties, but yeah. He got them both. Hey, it's Boba Fett. He's not going to miss a TIE fighter.
Now we start the fight sequence. So Gideon immediately is like, call the dark troopers. And they're starting to get powered up. Meanwhile, troopers think they're going to be clever and try and ambush Lady Squad on the bridge, but the jetpack troopers are just too much for them. The jetpack
You mean
Mandos.
the Mandalorians? Yeah.
Meanwhile, our Mando is being stealthy. The dark troopers are now all charged up. Mando sees them starting to exit and tries to close the door with the cylinder, and he succeeds somewhat, but one of them makes it out the door before it shuts behind him.
Epic battle,
because you see how frightening they really are and how strong and determined and powerful. It starts to beat Mando's face, and if he wasn't wearing Beskar, he'd be dead.
I think even with the Beskar helmet on, there's a headache involved in that.
Yeah. I mean, even Mando's flamethrower isn't doing too much good. And the others are trying to beat down the door. He ends up using the Beskar spear to kind of chink it up under his neck thing into his head and kill him. And then he opens up the airlock to send the rest of the droids out. Hooray!
Yep.
Now,
all taken care of there. Nothing to worry about anymore.
Now, Lady Squad manages to take the bridge, kill everyone up there, but Gideon isn't there, to bo-katan's dismay.
How useless are stormtroopers in this episode? Scale of 1 to 10.
They slow them down a little.
Did they?
A little. Plus, they allow the ladies to showcase how awesome they are. So, they have a purpose. Just to make the others look good. Mando makes his way to the holding cells, opens it up, and Gideon is there with the darksaber that bo-katan wants. He tells Mando that whoever has the sword can lay claim to the Mandalorian throne. Mando says, I don't care. Keep the sword. I just want Grogu. Gideon's like, well, okay then. But he's a liar and he attacks with darksaber anyway. Mando fights back using the Beskar spear. The only thing that can block a lightsaber.
Did he do that just to lose to Mando? Because he kind of knew he was in a no-win situation anyway.
I don't know. Mando was going to let him leave. He could have just gone to the hangar, got on a ship, and left.
You'd almost wanted to spite bo-katan there, it seems like.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because not yet. He probably thought there was still a way he was going to take it and win. He knew the Dark Troopers would be back. He knew they weren't destroyed. Number.
Sorry, that's a Tusken
No, he knew everything. He even knew that Mando struggled with just one. You have to assume he knows everything, as even he has said.
Yeah. Well, maybe he knew that Luke was going to show up and kill the Dark Troopers. So it was all... He's playing 4D chess. I'm just kidding. You're losing 4D chess. He had no idea Luke was good. That was the first time he actually saw fear on his face when Luke shows up.
Mando does manage, though, to disarm him and take him as a hostage. Then Mando and Grogu arrive on the bridge with Gideon in shackles and the darksaber in tow, and Bo is not pleased. Cara, on the other hand, looks happy and says, hey, he's worth a lot alive.
You get like double.
Double.
Because he's alive, yeah.
Yeah, Mando's going to be a rich man, though. Gideon makes a point in saying, just to rub it in now, he makes a point in pointing out that the darksaber belongs to Mando. Wizard wand rules apply here. If you disarm them, it's yours now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, it was in the movie. That bo-katan can't even just take it. She needs to win it in combat, even though we've seen her take it from Sabine in the past.
It's the story behind it.
It is
You
the
need
story.
A good story. You can't just have it handed to you for no reason because the guy doesn't want it.
That's kind of lame.
Really what it boils down to.
There is no power behind the darksaber anymore. No symbolic power.
Exactly.
Anyway.
The weapon itself doesn't have power. It's the story.
Even Bo acknowledges that she can't just take it. This is going to be a huge point, I think, going into season 4.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, well, the Dark Troopers have now re-entered the ship, and cue more smack talk from Gideon.
Haha.
I do love the music they play for the Dark Troopers. They have this techno-oppressive music. It's kind of cool.
I like the Dark Trooper music. That's fine.
Gideon, also, he gets pushed to the floor, and he happens to be in reach of a gun. All right. The group prepares for battle as the troopers are marching down the corridor and punching at their doors over and over again. Even with the blast doors down, they are making their way through. Gideon's very pleased by this. Then an alarm goes off, heralding the arrival of a lone X-Wing. The troopers stop as a new threat has seemingly arrived. Someone wielding a lightsaber, destroying the Dark Troopers, cutting through them like butter.
It's Plo Koon.
Gideon is in a panic, and he shoots at bo-katan, kind of knocking her down, and then tries to kill Grogu, but Mando jumps in front of him, shielding him from harm.
Yeah, after he missed 3 times. It's a really weird kind of cut.
It is a really weird cut, because it does look like he got a couple of shots before Mando got in there.
Yeah.
So he decided, well, if I'm not going to win, my last-ditch effort is to kill the child.
Yeah, just to be a dick.
I mean,
calling it as
it's his way. The unidentified Jedi is almost there, but more cool action sequences await, and more Dark Troopers dying. They open the doors, and our stranger finally gets to reveal himself, that he is Luke Skywalker. He beckons Grogu to come, and Grogu wants Mando's permission. He says he can protect Grogu, but he won't be safe until he masters his abilities.
That's interesting.
That is what Luke said. You have to listen to Luke when Luke says things.
Well, apparently you don't. Apparently you can just head on back to Mando a little bit
but
later.
that was still Luke dictating the terms.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, what do you want?" He
Oh, I know. I told you.
Cue the heartfelt goodbye, because you're spoilering things that are yet to happen. Mando removes his helmet so they can both really see each other. And it's actually a really tender moment.
No, it's great. Roller coaster of emotion.
This is where Mando, I think, truly became an apostate. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so, yes.
This is where he removed his helmet for somebody else.
Well, he does do it also in the base, the Imperial base. But for a different reason. There he did it because he absolutely had to. Here he did it because he wanted to.
Right. I mean, yes, they said, has someone else removed it? But I don't think they mean, like, have you been captured and someone removed it? I think they really mean, did, like, you allow somebody else to take it off of you?
Which is kind of Grogu does there. I mean, he doesn't, like, physically remove it, but he is the reason.
Him, yes. Yeah. Grogu doesn't really seem like he wants to leave, but then R2 shows up, beeping and looking cute, and they're ready to depart. Luke.
I think that R2 was oh, yeah, I'm in now. I didn't know you had an astromech.
Well, who knows what R2 was saying? Did Grogu understand? It kind of looked like he did.
Kind of did.
Luke picks him up, and he leaves. Mando has tears in his eyes, and it's just so touching. Post-credit scene. We are at Jabba's palace on Tatooine. It looks like Bib Fortuna is now in charge.
And eating well.
But blaster fire is heard as Fennec clears the room, and she even releases his slave. Then Boba arrives on scene and kills Bib, taking the seat of power as his own.
Oh, it could have been such a badass post-credit scene.
Leading into a wonderful series.
Yes. Yeah, which we will be partially covering.
I'm curious if Mando Season 3 will do a post-credit scene queuing up the next
Book of Boba Fett again? They're going to alternate or something?
Or Ahsoka just announcing the date, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But no, we will be covering the 3 episodes of The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian Season 2.5, a.k.a. the Book of Boba Fett.
I did not even mean to do that. Yes, we will be covering the 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett that have Mando and Grogu in them. So.
Isn't that like half the series?
Isn't it the best parts of the series, too?
Yes, it is.
But no, a fantastic, surprising, shocking episode.
The best episode of The Mandalorian, really.
Yes.
It had such emotional highs and lows. The music was fantastic. The visuals were great. They really are smart about how they portray things.
Yeah, it wasn't just Luke showing up. It was the emotional roller coaster of like, oh my God, Luke's here. He kicks some ass, and it's like, oh, he saves the day. Well, but now that means Grogu's leaving.
Well, and just watching him take out all those Dark Troopers after Mando struggled so hard with one, after, establishing that Mando's like our badass, and he like barely made it.
Yeah, he got his head beat into the wall. And Luke was like, I'm gonna crush this one. I'm gonna slice this one. Maybe pin this one behind a crate.
Well, maybe Mando would have done better if he'd had the Darksaber at the time.
He could barely lift the damn thing. Spoiler alert for Book of Boba Fett.
Why do you want to spoil everything?
Nobody is watching this or listening to this.
Maybe didn't see the Book of Boba Fett? Maybe?
Potentially, possibly,
all right,
maybe.
Then.
But nobody is really watching this and having no idea.
Come on, tie this off.
Oh, you want me to finish before I ramble for 10 minutes
about Luke?
Yes,
because this is already going to be the long one. Now go.
Okay, so that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Let us know what you thought of this episode of The Mandalorian. And stay tuned. 3 more are coming before next Wednesday's premiere of Season 3. The Mando 2.5 episodes. But anyway, leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars next time. Thanks for watching.